everyone, I'm Nagam and welcome to my very first video in English language. Let me first tell you how the idea to shoot this video came about. I was recently invited to speak at my kids' school for something called the Forum de Métier, where I have to share my career journey with a small group of students interested in the pharmaceutical field. As I was preparing for the talk, I thought, wait a minute, I'm a content creator. Why not turn this talk into a video and share it with a broader audience, especially for high school students who are still figuring out their career path and wondering which major to choose. But before we dive in, I need to mention something. Now, as you can probably tell, English isn't my first language or even my second. For 20 plus years, my education was in French, so please bear with me on the accent and any slip-ups. I'll do my best, I promise. In this video, I'm going to share things no one told me before I chose my major. Things I wish I knew before I graduated, and even insights that weren't covered during my 4x3 summer month internships. So let's dive in. I'll be talking about 1. My modest personal career path, 2. The skills and qualities needed for a successful pharmacist, 3. The opportunities in the field, and 4. Most importantly, the emerging areas that everyone should think about. 5. The challenges that you can face in this profession, things that really test your resilience and keep you on your toes. And the most exciting part is 10 pieces of advice no one will tell you, what to really expect and how to navigate both your studies and your career. So if you're considering a major in pharmacy or just curious about the field, stick around. There's a lot to cover and I hope you find it helpful. I'm Nagam, 41 years old, and my journey in the world of pharmacy has been anything but ordinary. I started my studies at the Lebanese University in Lebanon, where I spent 6 years immersing myself in the complexities of pharmacy, all in French, by the way. 10 years later, I returned to the same university to pursue an MBA in pharmaceutical management, which gave me a broader and a fresh perspective on the business side of the field. Now, if you're wondering how long it takes to study pharmacy, it really depends on where you are and which path you choose. Pharmacy programs usually last anywhere from 5 to 6 years, depending on whether you're pursuing an undergraduate degree or a doctoral program. After my graduation, I worked in a pharmacy in Lebanon and then moved to Dubai. There, I worked with both local and multinational pharmaceutical companies, gaining invaluable experience. My journey didn't stop there. I eventually moved to Saudi Arabia, where I continued with leading pharmaceutical industries, learning even more about this industry. At one point in Riyadh, I had the unique opportunity to teach at the Faculty of Pharmacy, where I got to share my knowledge and passion with the next generation of pharmacists. And today, as you can see, I'm a content creator, using my platform to share the lessons I've learned along the way from my time in the pharmaceutical field to navigating everyday struggles and experiences. Now let's dive into the skills and qualities you'll need to succeed in this field. Because trust me, it's not just about deciphering the worst handwriting. There are 2 main categories, technical skills and soft skills, and you'll need both to truly thrive. First, the technical skills. As a pharmacist, you'll study subjects like anatomy, chemistry, biochemistry, statistics, and of course, pharmacology. You will get a deep understanding of how the human body works and how drugs interact with it. But here's the thing, the world is changing and pharmacy is evolving right along with it. When I was in school, we didn't have classes on things like marketing, finance, or economics. But today, those subjects are a part of the curriculum. The profession is becoming much more well-rounded, blending science with business knowledge and preparing pharmacists for a broader role. Now, there's something I have to mention that often comes up, and honestly, it can be a bit frustrating. Pharmacists are often called half doctors. And here's the thing, while we might not wear a stethoscope, we actually study way more about drugs, pharmacology than doctors do. So I used to say, excuse me, I'm not a half doctor, I'm a doctor of pharmacy. It's all part of the profession, but let me tell you, we deserve more credit than that. But here's the kicker. Technical knowledge alone won't cut it. That's where soft skills come into play. I will talk more about these skills in the advice section because your ability to communicate clearly and work well with others is what truly makes you stand out. The pharmaceutical field is packed with amazing opportunities. And I'm not just talking about working in pharmacies. You can find yourself in pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies, hospitals, working on clinical trials or research, regulatory affairs, or even academia if you choose to pursue a PhD. But just you to know, you don't need a PhD to make an impact in this field. I'm proof of that. Right now, the industry is undergoing some incredibly exciting changes. We're diving into personalized medicine, leveraging AI and machine learning, exploring bioequivalence, and working with cutting-edge technologies like the mRNA. It's a time of rapid innovation, and the possibilities are endless. One of the hottest trends I'm excited about is the rise in telemedicine. Technology is reshaping healthcare, and more pharmacists are stepping into the virtual role. Imagine this, pharmacists who were once known for dispensing medication and filling prescriptions for NHS are now providing remote consultations and offering advice and managing medications all from the comfort of their homes. They are using apps, websites, and telehealth platforms to connect with their patients. It's a game changer, and it's shaping the future of pharmacy in ways we never imagined. But that's not all. Another game-changing trend is sustainability and green chemistry. As the world wakes up to environmental concerns, the pharmaceutical industry is shifting toward eco-friendly practices, focusing on reducing waste, lowering energy, and using sustainable materials in drug production. So if you're passionate about both health and environment, this is a field where you can truly make a difference. So to sum it all up, the pharmaceutical industry is evolving into something more patient-centered, data-driven, innovative, and environmentally conscious than ever before. The key to thriving in this rapidly changing world is differentiation. Of course, like any profession, the pharmaceutical field comes with its share of challenges. But here's the thing, challenges aren't roadblocks. They're here to push us to improve and grow. The pressure to keep up with new technologies, learn more about new drugs, meet changing patient needs, and deal with complicated regulations can be really overwhelming at times. Now, if I could share some advice with anyone thinking about pursuing pharmacy or any major, here's what I say. First, know your why. Before you commit, ask yourself why you're choosing this path. Is it for the money, the title, prestige, or because it's what your parents want? Clarity in your motivation is crucial. It's so important to understand what drives you, especially in a field as demanding as pharmacy. B, passion alone won't cut it. Yes, passion is essential, but expect challenges, even in fields you love. There will be difficult exams, long hours, monotonous tasks, and tight deadlines. The reality is your dream career won't always feel like a dream version. It's about being realistic and ready to face the tough stuff too. Practical experience is non-negotiable in pharmacy. You'll need 12 months of training before joining any syndicate. Trust me, This hand-on experience is invaluable. It's where you truly start connecting the dots between theory and practice. Your path might surprise you, and here's a big lesson I learned early on. Stay true to your values. Don't let external pressures or temptations throw you off track. I'll never forget a pivotal moment in my career. When I was working as a medical representative, I was promoting for an antibiotic that was supposed to be given once daily for 7 days. During a visit to a gynecologist, she told me, well, don't worry, Nagam, I'm prescribing your drug twice daily for 2 weeks. I was shocked. I was caught in an uncomfortable spot. On one hand, I had a demanding manager obsessed with target and numbers, plus a supposedly loyal physician, and on the other hand, my own ethical responsibility. But I stood firm and I didn't compromise. I told her, no, that's not right. You cannot give a pregnant woman or any patient double the recommended dose. In this field, everyone has to always prioritize what's scientifically and ethically correct, even if it's tempting or challenging. Pharmacy might be your start, but it doesn't have to be your end. I know many people who studied pharmacy but are now in completely different fields. Skydiving, food blogging, soap making, content creation, or working in government health ministries or in pharmaceutical companies or running their own pharmacies. So don't feel locked into a single path. You have the flexibility to pivot as your passion evolves. Your career will take unexpected turns, and that's completely okay. When I started, I thought I had a clear vision of where I want to go, but I didn't anticipate being exposed to so many different areas, working in different countries with different regulations, or discovering new passions along the way. Now, this is probably the most crucial advice I can give you. In a profession like pharmacy, soft skills are often what sets you apart. These 3 soft skills that I'm going to briefly develop aren't always taught in the classroom, so you need to actively develop them outside of your academic studies, through internships, part-time job, or even personal projects. The first soft skill is communication. It's a game changer. As a pharmacist, you'll communicate with patients, doctors, and other healthcare professionals. Your ability to explain complex concepts clearly and empathetically will make a huge difference, especially when you're dealing with sick patients or emotionally difficult situations. The second soft skill is teamwork. Pharmacy isn't a solo endeavor, whether it's collaborating with other pharmacists or coordinating with doctors and nurses. Being able to work well with a team is essential for success. The third soft skill is problem solving. Let's face it, pharmacy isn't always black and white. You'll encounter complex, sometimes unclear situations. You need to think on your feet, assess the situation, and find creative solutions. The 7th advice I can say is that learning in the pharmaceutical field isn't a straight path. It's full of twists and turns, with constant changes in technology, new drug discoveries, and shifting patients' needs. If you feel uncertain, this is totally okay. You have to embrace the journey and don't worry if things don't go exactly as planned. Let each experience shape you and guide you to new opportunities. And if you decide to change your major or career path, it's not always easy. It might cost time, money, delays in your university journey. So be sure to think carefully before making any big decisions. But remember, it's okay to change. Your career is not set in stone. So the more experience you get, the clearer your true path will become. A major isn't just about securing a job. It's about learning to think critically, solve problems, and build a mindset for lifelong learning. The skills you're gonna develop during your studies will be what sustain you throughout your career. Last but not least, licensing and certification. Depending on where you work, you'll likely need to pass licensing exams to practice. This is a key step in your career and can vary based on your region. So be prepared for this essential part of your journey. To conclude, every experience, whether it was being rejected by a doctor, facing failure after asking for a raise, or missing a target, or struggling with uninterested students, or dealing with impatient patients, every experience has played a pivotal role in shaping who I am today. These moments of frustration and challenge are what make my journey truly worthwhile. They've taught me resilience, patience, and the importance of pushing forward no matter the setback. Each one has helped me grow into someone who is more determined, more empathetic, and better equipped to handle whatever comes next. Finally, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this video. I know it's a bit longer than usual, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it. I just wanted to share everything I wish I had known when I first started out in the pharmaceutical field, and I hope you found it valuable. If you know anyone who's curious about pharmacy or trying to figure out if it's the right fit for them, please feel free to share this video. The more people who understand the real opportunities and challenges in this field, the better. And remember, if you have any questions or just want to chat more about anything I've covered today, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to connect and help however I can. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.